positivos. Los estudios con ratas demuestran que las madres primerizas son más sensibles al peligro, mejores en multitarea y más atrevidas en la búsqueda de alimento.
Me he metido un par de chuletas en mi bolso.
Eso es lo que olía. Mira, aunque tu cerebro sea distinto...
In The Big Bang Theory, Bernadette Rostenkowski-Wolowitz, portrayed by Melissa Rauch, has become a controversial character due to her increasingly mean-spirited actions. Initially seen as sassy, Bernadette's behavior, particularly toward Penny, became problematic as she shamed and invalidated Penny's doubts about having children. Her workplace behavior also raised eyebrows, as she bullied colleagues and manipulated her husband. Despite her small stature and high-pitched voice, Bernadette's actions often came off as domineering, and her morally questionable decisions, such as supporting unethical lab experiments, painted her as a more sinister figure. Some suggest her behavior is rooted in her upbringing with overbearing family members, which may have led her to overcompensate by asserting dominance. Shaming and invalidating Penny for not wanting children, one character in The Big Bang Theory was a diabolical supervillain in disguise. The Big Bang Theory is a sitcom that people love for the awkward brainy humor, with weird geniuses and their complex companions. Amongst all the misfits, there's Bernadette Rostenkowski-Wolowitz, a character that is somewhat controversial to many fans. She seemed to have a bit of sass to her, but then it started going south when her tendencies became questionable. So, viewers are divided over her behavior and can't help but discuss the questionable things she did on the show. Bernadette seemed like a supervillain in The Big Bang Theory. Melissa Rauch played the role of Bernadette aka Bernie in The Big Bang Theory and nails the part of someone who has a no-nonsense attitude. But the character's actions started to seem mean and beyond playful teasing, especially the way she treated Penny. Netizens put forth their opinion on her and listed out all the times she crossed the line. For instance, she shamed Penny, who had doubts about having children, and invalidated her decision entirely. Bernadette was projecting society's expectations on her, which came off as invasive to many. Her workplace behavior is another matter of critique because she bullied her colleagues, along with her boss's grandson. She also claimed the bathroom on a floor for herself, using it like her private domain. Her character was always on a power trip, but it was framed to be humorous. She wrote a harsh message to a recovering coworker, believing it was a retirement card, manipulated her husband, and constantly reminded him of how she made more money than him. Bernadette's most concerning take and how she happened to be this way. Perhaps the most worrisome trait was how she seemed detached when it came to morally questionable situations. As a microbiologist, she was excited when viruses thrived in lab settings and expressed approval for ethically corrupt human experiments. These moments were played for laughs, but it paints a haunting picture of her unsettling persona. We were first introduced to her as Howard's girlfriend-turned-wife, with a high-pitched voice and razor-sharp wit. But it's also important that we take her background into account because she grew up with overbearing siblings and a father who always had high expectations. So, asserting dominance was perhaps something she learned as a means of survival. Her short and harmless stature, coupled with her soft voice, probably made her feel underestimated, so she overcompensated for the same by learning aggressive tactics.